In this WrestleTalk news, Eric Bischoff and CM Punk have beef, Vince Russo wants a job in WWE, Corey Graves wants a new job, and Luke will be reviewing last night's episode of NXT 2.0.
Support WrestleTalk!
Considering his seemingly constant criticism of AEW over the past few months, it's easy to forget that Eric Bischoff actually did some work for the promotion back in 2020 as a special guest host. Bischoff has not appeared on AEW TV since, and it seems increasingly unlikely that he will ever again, especially if he keeps trying to start Twitter fights with CM Punk. The fight came about after Bischoff made a number of comments about AEW on his 83 Weeks podcast, where he suggested AEW would struggle to grow to a point at which it would be a real competition for WWE. These comments were then shared to Twitter, and CM Punk, who isn't exactly known for pulling punches on social media, responded by saying, "Wrestling Twitter needs to stop amplifying all the old head, bad faith, bad take, carny dipshits. They had their moment in the sun. Let them die in the dark with their ego podcasts. Quote me. Okay, I will." Bischoff then hit back at Punk, mocking him for an interview Punk did last year, where he suggested AEW signing Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole was bigger than WCW signing Scott Hall and Kevin Nash back in 1996. Bischoff then went on to mock Punk's brief MMA career, which saw him lose both of his professional fights. He tweeted, "He convinced himself since he could win scripted fights, he could win a real one." Responding to fans asking him why he was being so mean and burning bridges, Bischoff hit back with a mega awesome, cool supervillain line. "I have no problem burning bridges. I know how to swim." Brag. I can swim too. And speaking of controversial old men who have a history of working for failed wrestling promotions, Vince Russo is apparently desperate to get a job back in WWE. Russo recently claimed on his podcast that Vince McMahon and WWE keep trying to get his help, but that he doesn't want to go back there because the product is horrible. However, a new report from Ringside News, who, despite their terrible and weird behaviour on Twitter, have been putting out some accurate reports of late, Russo is actually desperate to get a job back in WWE. The report claims they have spoken to people in WWE who said, "Russo has tried many different ways to get back into WWE. He's called the networks as former head writer, WCW and WWE, and tried to get the networks to hire him as consultant or get the networks to pressure WWE into hiring him. He's called anyone he knows in WWE to get back in. He tries to position it to the public that he would never work here again, but he's begging every day to get hired." Would you like to see Vince Russo back in WWE? Let me know in the comments below. And speaking of people who want new roles in WWE, Corey Graves is keen to do other things in the company. People who are bad at Twitter segue. In an exclusive conversation for WrestleTalk.com with Alex McCarthy, Raw commentator Corey Graves has revealed he is keen to see what other roles he could perhaps do in WWE. While he has made it very clear he's happy in his role as color commentator on the Red brand, Graves mentioned there are other things he could see himself doing. He said, "What else can I put my hands on? Is it creative? Is it business? There are so many different facets of this company that I've learned since getting hurt that I probably would have never experienced just as a wrestler." During the same conversation, Graves claimed he helped name Roman Reigns. So for more on that and loads more news, features, stats, please head over to WrestleTalk.com and make it your homepage. The link is in the description below. Also, I can tell you've been looking at my shirt and wondering where you can get one. Well, Andy Datson shirts are now available on WrestleShop.com, so do head on over there to show everyone how cool you think I am. Now, over to Luke, who has the pleasure of reviewing NXT today.
Why, yes, it's ladies' night here on NXT 2.0, and here's my review of it in about 5 minutes. AEW Rampage may have had 2 women's matches on their show last Friday, but anything AEW can do badly, NXT 2.0 can do actually really well. As outside of 2 lads, every match on tonight's episode was focused on the women's division. It was a refreshing change of pace and shows just how far behind AEW are in terms of representation. The action kicked off right away with Toxic Attraction defending their NXT Women's Tag Team titles against Wendy Chu and Roxanne Perez, who is a superb talent. But it was Wendy Chu who was the star here, building to a fantastic hot tag early on so she could run wild, and she's just a brilliant juxtaposition to Toxic Attraction. Now, granted, the backstage segments they do really do suck, and man, there's a backstage segment in tonight's episode that really sucked coming up later on, but the in-ring action is always really good. Sadly here the finish was a bit weak sauce, as Mandy Rose just got in the ring to cause a distraction, allowing Gigi Dolan to pin Perez. Chu and Rose brawled afterwards, and the heel stood tall. Rose getting into the ring was just mad awkward, and it made the ref look like a complete goofball. And it really didn't do any favors to the baby faces either. But, you know, yeah, this was mostly fine. Tiffany Stratton and Grayson Waller did some outdated early 2000s comedy about rich people shopping. I guess what is old is new again. And Roderick Strong is still here to introduce a new member of Diamond Mine, which I think he has to do because WWE keep releasing all the other members. I just feel bad for Strong at this point. He's not good enough in WWE's eyes to get pushed, but he's also too good for them to let him leave and go elsewhere, so he's just sort of stuck. Joe Gacy came out for a promo flanked by me, Adam and Pete during the Randy Games, and he cut his usual Gacy promo on Bron Breakker, who he kidnapped last week, asking him to join his group. Breakker will be back next week to address this request. I imagine he'll just say, "Nah, I'm alright, sir." Ivy Nile did a series of skits where she did loads of push-ups, pull-ups, rope-ups and knees-ups, and she did the best at all of them. And then, all the NXT Breakout Tournament women stood in a row and were introduced one by one with intangible qualities, so I'm sure Pete and Tempest will be pleased. Nikita Lyons is probably the odds-on favourite to win, with Roxanne Perez in a close second, and with them being on either side of the bracket, you've got to imagine that's the final two. The rest of the field, however, have a real 2005 Divas search stink about them. And then, the tournament kicked off. Fallon Henley beat Sloane Jacobs in a first-round match, with Briggs and Jensen coming down to cheer her on. The match was a totally fine developmental match. Where they didn't give them enough to mess up, they accomplished everything they set out to do. And then afterwards, everyone hugged, which will happen again later on in the show, and it really winds me up. They never book the lads to do this. Tony D'Angelo and his Gooper Goons kidnapped Cruz del Toro, our second kidnapping story on the same show. And then Alba Fire in her best Hunger Games cosplay beat Amari Miller. You'd think Hunger Games references would be out of date, but we just did them on the WrestleTalk channel, so hey, what's old is new again, I guess. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams were blocked from entering the building by Solo Sikoa. Didn't do a very good job of it, because they then attacked Cameron Grimes during their in-ring segment. The crowd were super into Solo Sikoa, and one would presume he will be your next North American champion, as he's got next. You know, isn't it weird that Cameron Grimes gets to keep his indie name when Kaylee Ray had to change hers? Roderick Strong, for that matter, as well. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man. That's weird.
And then we got this very unintentionally, hilariously terrible backstage segment / movie, where the rest of Legado del Fantasma realized that their mate was missing, and Santos Escobar called up Tony D'Angelo to have a Barney with him. Look, I have made homemade movies with way less budget, way less trained actors, and way less good equipment, and it looked way better than this dross. How can anyone take this rinky-dink, low-effort balderdash seriously? Who put this together, edited it, and then thought, oh man, nailed that one? This is shockingly terrible. Honestly, I couldn't even pay attention to what was said because I couldn't get past how bad it was. I think a match was made for next week. It was truly dreadful. Tiffany Stratton and Grayson Waller were defeated by Andre Chase and Sarai in a fun sports entertainment mixed tag match, and I was sports entertained by all of the sports entertainment. Robert Stone cut a promo for Von Wagner before he got attacked by the Jacket Time guy. Toxic Attraction made fun of Indy Hartwell because her husband was released, and then Mummy Nikita Lyons. Sorry, what? What did I say? I surely didn't say that. No. That'd be really weird. That'd be a really weird thing to say. No, I definitely didn't say that. You're mistaken. Absolutely mistaken. All right, fine. I'll do a clean take. I'll do a clean take so we can get it. All right. Okay. Thick Mummy Nikita Lyons then beat Ariana Grace. There's that better. Cool. And then in the main event, Natalya beat Cora Jade in every Natalya match you've ever seen. The crowd reacted well to it, even giving it a polite "this is awesome" chant, and it sort of achieved what it set out to do, which was to put over Cora Jade. Sort of. You see, the finish was total wank, as Jade was pulled away from the ropes twice by Natty while in the sharpshooter, and then passed out from the pain. Now on paper, that sounds like it's really good. Only Cora Jade wasn't selling it like she'd passed out from the pain, and she was up and awake just a few seconds later. And the crowd didn't react to it like this was the finish either, so it all just fell a bit flat. And then to punctuate just how not very good this was, their heel Natalya hugged Cora Jade afterwards. Why? She's just gonna be a heel again on SmackDown, so what does any of this achieve? And it wasn't a hug of, oh, you earned my respect. It was more of a hug of, good job, kid, you didn't blow any spots. It was totally rubbish and undermined everything they tried to do in this feud. And they only ever do this for the women. Dolph Ziggler didn't hug Bron Breakker like this after their feud. And it all capped off a totally fine edition of NXT 2.0. Just totally fine developmental wrestling. Nothing great, nothing bad, aside from that really bad filmmaking bit, just totally fine. 3 out of 5?
And then in my main event, it's a Hell in a Cell match between...
Oh my god, I only just looked! What?
So,
What?
Triple H came into my emails, and he said, look, you're getting your ass kicked by SmackDown at the moment.
Yeah.
So, here's a power card that means you can sign a legend for free.
What?
So I got to sign a legend for free.